Hi. Hello. I am now the proud owner of I think it's called a NASA workstation. That's not the point. The point is it's here, it's real, it's functional. Theoretically, I haven't used it yet. And it is the platform upon which we shall build our rocket. It's very cool and exciting. It's very good stuff. So like this is really making it feel like we're close, but we're not close yet. We've still got a lot to do. That said, I do have a few action items that I need to inform of. I've brought back the clipboard so I can help explain this. In between streams, while I was preparing all of the materials, just doing some processing, I opened up some tier 3 loot bags and got an oxygen tank as well as some compressed steel. Which compressed, yeah, not compressed steel, compressed bronze plate. And then the one oxygen tank I put in the advanced technology question mark area right here with the rest of the empty canisters we've gotten previously. Just had to do a little bookkeeping. Second, there was a point where I accidentally left the game on and running for a long time. And when I noticed, and I came back and I looked at it, there was a zombie just standing next to me, casually chilling. I was near the juicer over here. Let me regale this. I was basically standing here. I had looked in here, apparently waiting for some stuff to centrifuge for material processing. And when I return and turn as well, there's just a zombie standing right here. Just casually chilling. As if it was not even an issue at all. So that was fun. I expected to be dead when I returned, but instead, had a zombie friend. Fortunately, the zombie also went AFK at the exact same time I did, and I returned first. Alright, so that's the main stuff. The main stuff is that I have prepared basically what we need to get right now. Big ticket items are a high voltage laser engraver, a medium voltage extruder and the shapes for it, a medium voltage electrolyzer, and the big one, the chemical plant. The chemical plant is confusing, and I have done my research into the chemical plant and its construction. And my conclusions are, it's weird. So the way the chemical plant works is that there are multiple different materials assembled in basically this shape. But the particulars of it vary wildly depending on exactly what material you use. The outer shell, currently represented by these bronze machine casings, represent the level of recipe you are allowed to make with it. Because our goal with this machine is to make RP1 rocket fuel, we are going to need tier 3, which is, as I checked, stainless steel. Clean stainless steel casings. The regular, like, machining machine casings that go along the interior structure here dictate the levels that the hatches are allowed to be. So, like, your input and output fluids and solids, and I think the energy hatches as well, though I'm uncertain. I'm pretty sure it would include the energy hatches as well. Though I don't see any energy hatches here, which is weird, but I think that's just a design choice. Given that we are going to be doing high voltage recipes, I think we can probably do the same overvolting thing that we do with the EBF. And so we only need medium voltage machine casings for this. Though, if we do need high voltage, I will accommodate that. The steel pipe casing dictates the level of the catalyst you are allowed to use. Chemical plant recipes have this special catalyst thing in them, represented over here, which will be consumed as part of doing the recipe. RP1 rocket fuel does not require any catalyst, so we can ignore that for this. And then finally, the coils in the middle represent the speed, in the same way that the pyrolysis oven works. So, you know, better coil equals better fast. So I don't think we need to necessarily get Canthal involved. I've got some Nichrome... Sorry, it's the opposite. I don't think we need to get Nichrome involved when we have Canthal spare coils lying about. I can just recycle for this. Want to check. Okay, the coil is like a solid block of it. It's not hollow on the inside. This may complicate our ability to have an employee for this. Maybe the employee can just be put on top and like put on a lead and let them walk around freely. That might be nice. But yeah, we need to make the chemical plant now. And a little bit of a material audit. I didn't calculate the numbers exactly, but I think I'm going to need like several, like on the order of a high number, but less than a 2-digit number, like a high 1-digit number of stacks of stainless steel, of which we are currently the proud owner of 2. We're going to need a lot more stainless steel, and that's kind of like order number 1. So, what do we use to make stainless steel? Aside from the literal material time it takes to process all that junk. Let me check the stainless steel dust. It is a bunch of iron, of which we have, in some way, shape, or form, plenty. So that's easy. We could do this intermediate invar step, but I don't freaking care. So 6 iron, nickel, thanks to our previous operations, we now have plenty of nickel. Manganese and chrome. Now, part of my material processing and just general collection was to get all of the chrome we have in one place, and we are currently sitting on a solid 2 stacks of supply. And given that 1 chrome makes 9 stainless steel, 2 stacks would theoretically make 18 stacks of stainless steel. So we're good there. The manganese, however, we are not good on. We have only a half stack of manganese, and the rest is gonna have to be gotten by mining. Now, granted, we only need like a stack. We could get to 2 stacks if we wanted parity with the chrome, but I think there's other things we want the chrome for. Ultimately, we got to get some extra manganese. If we get 1 stack, I feel like we're going to have enough to do stainless steel operations. Even to start, we have a lot we can work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making a boatload of steel. You know, through whatever means we have. I got the chemical plant for this one. Bonk. We'll start making stainless steel. And then while we're starting to make stainless steel, we will go on an expedition to the universe and get more manganese. Step 1, I want some logistics ready to go for handling all this. That is possibly excessive, but we don't actually have anything else right now, so that'll work. I stand corrected. Getting there. Okay, first off, and the biggest ingredient by volume. Oh, yeah. Step 1, industrialate all this iron. This should be pretty fast. Well, let's go and let's set up the logistics here. We want item auto output. Got a nice old golden box here. Next up is the hopper, which we want to very carefully prepare. First off, in following the deep well protocol, I will be leaving. This might be excessive, as it turns out. Anyway, where's the nickel supply? I know we have one. I just don't remember where. Silver. Did I set up a barrel for it? I feel like I... Oh, is it this? Yeah, it's this. Okay. I'm over-engineering the heck out of this. Circuit setting is 2 for this. Alright, so circuit setting is 2. We put in the nickel, the chrome, the manganese, and then we just get like a bucket load of iron as provided by you right here. We could hook this up. It's like a single PVC pipe. Temporarily. It's silly, but it's workable. Heck, I could use small tin. We have one of those sitting around. That's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Oh well. Away, let's put the unused chem plant there for now. We'll take all this iron dust. We should be able to put all this iron dust into all this here. Mixer can begin, and it will put our resultant stainless steel above here. While that happens, let's go on a mining expedition. Our objective is manganese, which conveniently there is a vein of it right next to us. So it's a question of if we haven't already ransacked this thing for all it's worth. I have this recollection of doing so. There's also only one particular material we want from this. Yeah, I was really hoping I'll be able to do a cool parachute move, paraglider, hang glider move, but didn't work out like that. I survived, but now I'm embarrassed. There's like a slime over there. So I don't exactly remember the meta for manganese veins. I know there's like one material that's like so close to pure... Yeah. Pyrolusite is the ore we want, the gray stuff. Everything else we can like advanced process to get a bit of efficiency, but mostly we want the pyrolusite to translate directly into manganese. And we do that... Well, we cycle it down, macerate it again, then centrifuge it, and then we take this stuff. You know, I thought there was a way we could just smelt it immediately. I may be mistaken. Hmm. Oh yeah, you need raw manganese ore. Okay, I can't use the cassiterite trick with this. Unfortunate. Which means that like pure proper manganese will have to be specially extracted. Also, I just looked at the mini-map and all of the enemies right to my right. Reminds me not to mess with them. But looking at all these walls and stuff, it definitely feels like we've already extracted most of the pyrolusite that's here. No, I'm not using the ore finder wand or anything, but still, that's the conclusion I'm reaching. Let's just dump some of our more exotic tools and such. We don't need the crossbow right now. I'll keep the sword. Yeah, let's prep the ore finder wand with pyrolusite. Let's go to a different vein. Let's leave this one, go to a different vein. Okay, that wasn't my work. It just was spooky and dark. It's not to say that we can only survive off of pyrolusite for our manganese supply, but it is the most efficient, direct, and symbolically relevant. The other one's actually quite nearby. So I've kind of organized our objectives for the immediate future. The whole nitrogen thing is becoming more and more appealing. Okay, it looks like we don't have a direct way down, but I can always make an indirect way. It has been quite a while since we did a mining update. I say that, but like we did a nickel one real recently. Part of me is concerned that I've actually delved too far. We're at Y33. Where's manganese typically located? Not this stuff. 20 to 30. Okay, we're still on track. One more step down and I would have had my answer. That's just how it be sometimes. we go. Now, before we go crazy, let's make sure that we've marked our entrance a little bit. Before we go crazier, let's make sure that our inventory is not destroyed by the forces of evil. Sounds of hostiles are detected. The map is telling us very little, probably because they are baked in blackness. I can hear it. But given the direction I'm hearing it, it might be a cave above or below us. Probably below because we dug in from above. Oh, hey, emerald. Uncommon. I think I heard water. Further evidence for the existence of a cave. Doot. Don't need the magnetite. Yeah, the hostiles are looking a lot more existent. More sounds, more frequently. Okay, well, in terms of raw sound I'm hearing, not even the topic I wanted to talk about. In terms of the raw amount of pyrolusite we have, this will be enough. Even if we do no advanced material processing and just electrolyze the stuff. This is already indicative of like an entire stack. But since stainless steel is something that is fundamental to our tier of technology, we obviously are going to be good with getting a bit of excess. It won't help this project, but it will most certainly help the next one. Oh, the sounds are getting a little more fierce, a little more high in volume. Oh, would you look at that? It's the cave. Spoken about in legends. Well, I'm so glad we've learned the truth of the lore. We've discovered the lore of that cave. World building has occurred. Okay, the amount of emeralds I'm finding here is anomalous. This is a weird amount of emerald. Not necessarily related to what's going on, but a curiosity that I wanted to bring up. Ooh. A lot more pyrolusite. Yeah, pyrolusite is... Well, I mean, I'm pronouncing it how it is actually spelled, as opposed to inventing a new word, like pyrolos. Let's deposit some of the more extreme stuff. Inventory is looking like a mess, but that is nothing new around these parts. Ooh. Pyrolussealing. Okay, the ore finder is becoming quieter. I believe there might be... Oh. Okay, that explains some things. We found an underground meteor again. That might explain the emeralds. There's been a fair bit of underground abyssal meteor stone things in this general area. But I'm gonna declare victory here. We can leave. Back, there's a tree farm. This mine in particular can practically be considered part of the base. Just given how close it is. Before we even get outside, we see a different part of our factory and industry. And we're back. How's this going? Oh, it's done. But what if... Right, inventory. Let's drop off some of the cobblestone. I don't want to simply get rid of it because we tend to build with it a lot. There we go. Restock our supplies that we lost building this floor. Okay, give us the extra iron dust. Put it in here, please. Thank you. As we can have predicted earlier, manganese is about to be our bottleneck. But look at this already. 4-ish stacks of the stuff. So, let's talk material here. We don't care about the silver. Spessartine, tantalite, pyrolusite. I mean, technically grothular as well. Swords of silver. Each of these is going to have its own material needs. Material needs that we are going to be wanting to optimize for making more manganese. Since pyrolusite is our main material, we're going to do that first. So step 1 is, as always, macerate it for crushed pyrolusite and manganese dust. From there, if we go to the thermal centrifuge, we would get tantalite, which we don't care all too much about right now, and niobium. Niobium is... It appears to be something that's a little bit beyond what we're doing right now, I would say. Maybe something we care about in tier 4. We're not there yet. So I'm going to ignore that and instead take the path of manganese, which is to say macerate, macerate, centrifuge. You have your orders. Spessartine, I should just dump all of this. The first step for all of these would be macerate. Put that silver ore in there as well. As a safety precaution on the deep well protocol, I will do that. Because it does seem that we didn't have an extra around. Okay. Now, while that's going, and while we continue to make it go, stainless steel processing. A blast furnace imbued with oxygen will cook it up in 60 seconds at cupronickel. I'm pretty sure we have better than cupronickel, and we'll get the parallelization. In fact, I don't even remember what our power processing down there was doing. Like if we're doing like HV, IV stuff. No, that's not important. What's important? Oh yeah, we're doing it in 15 seconds. Each. And there's no like vacuum freezing step, which is something I was concerned might be a thing, but I think that was a nichrome thing I was remembering. So that'll all be processed into more stainless steel, and then we'll have more stainless steel to do more stainless steel things with. Always good. And manganese is already being outputted by our process. For a second, we got a little more iron dust. It won't help. Is that ready to go? It's a little fun. Feels like I have a plan and I'm executing on it. Makes me feel like, ah, yes. Some grandiose project needs to happen. And I am making it happen. But also, don't worry, Thega, because I know for you specifically, you are going to be looking forward to one of the immediate future streams that are about to happen. Because PlanetSide 2 has finally updated the Infiltrator rework, and that means I can play it again. So look forward to that in like a day or two. Okay, so stainless steel is happening. What else do we care about? Well, more processing. We have these impure materials, and they're not getting any cleaner. May as well centrifuge it. Clean that up. Diatom, asbestos, mica, aqua, yellow garnet, iron dust, silver dust. We can distribute some of this to where it should go. Doot, doot. That's right. Oh, another thing, due to the fact that another update from in between streams, due to the fact that I did accidentally just stand there for several hours, my future tax on Toluene has been paid. We are now the proud owner of Toluene again. In fact, I have also taken the opportunity to make like several stacks of TNT with it all. So we are in good business to blow stuff up. Good business indeed. I've got an idea. Okay, so when the raw pyrolusite is done being crushed into crushed pyrolusite, it should then immediately take the crushed pyrolusite that I've put back into the system and macerate that into pyrolusite dust impure variation. We can then centrifuge that and then electrolyze it to get like the most direct line of manganese we need. But at this point, every manganese we get is 9 more stainless steel. How you doing? Okay, it seems like our biggest bottleneck is going to be the EBF and its speed. Can't make it faster. Nichrome is the extent of our technology. So the real solution would be to just have more of them. How's benzene looking? Benzene's looking fine. We're running a lot of long-term processing right now, so be concerned. I think this will be enough. Okay. While that's going, let's talk about our lesser goals that I mentioned on the paper clipboard. Paper clips and clipboards are different things, exception. High voltage laser engraver, that's going to be needed for doing advanced wafer stuck, the like space wafers. Chemical plant we are working on. Medium voltage extruder, that's going to be for like oxygen pipes, reinforced glass, and extruding stuff is going to be something we need to care about now. And the medium voltage electrolyzer I want in order to electrolyze the saltpeter to get our source of nitrogen. At the very least, let's prepare some of that stuff. We got the circuits for an MV electrolyzer. An electrolyzer doesn't need any mechanism. So just glass, MV machine hull, copper cable, silver wire. All right, let's get to work. Any silver wire, copper cable remaining? Answer is, well, we got an annealed one. That would work. Kind of a waste, but I'll take it. Silver wire will be silver and some wire. Darn, I thought silver would be over here. But no. Silver is here. I need medium voltage. Ah, no, I'm going to need more copper wire. Because I need to use it to make the machine casing as well. Let's just start preparing a whole collection of that. That said, we've got some in reserve, though it is annealed. Wire mill circuit setting 1. Do the silver first and then the copper. Thanks. Free wrench. I know we have a high voltage bending machine right now, but I can't really use it because we only have one high voltage generator for all our high voltage machines. Oh, hey. Looks like I was making a machine earlier. Oops. Oh, hey, free gold cable. Nice. Good job, past self. Now we're going to need 2 copper cable here, preferably 3 so we don't have to use the annealed. But I'm willing to use the annealed. Oh, this is going to conflict. Fortunately, there's enough spare voltage to go around. Also, how 32 EU per tick is like LV levels of voltage. This isn't a problem at all. Here we go. That there, copper cable goes there, MV electrolyzer, good. Saltpeter. So saltpeter's a little complicated. We're going to need to give it 5 saltpeter and 3 empty cells. It will give us potassium, oxygen cells, and nitrogen gas. So this is going to be a tiny little complicated bit of interacting machines and materials. Hello. We're working towards it. NASA workbench is right over there. But we're trying to solve our need for rocket fuel right now by building a chemical plant to make it. Oh, let's see here. I don't know visually how much this will represent to you, but we're basically here. And in order to get to the end, we gotta get this done, basically. And that, and that. You know, like go to the moon. Having this done, this part right here, is good. It'll take a lot of the heavy lifting out of the equation. But the rocket fuel is really killing us in terms of what we can actually physically get right now. So I'm doing some material processing, trying to get a little bit extra manganese so we can get a little bit extra stainless steel so we can build a chemical plant capable of accomplishing this lofty goal. Such is the way of things. How you doing, by the way? Almost a stack. Good. Meanwhile, I'm doing this little tangent mission where we want to have a source of nitrogen. Nitrogen's gonna help with stuff. A little bit. Good tank you can just very easily make. Maybe LV. LV's fine. Means we're gonna have to do some silly processing to get that kind of tank. Do we have a spare tank? No. I used them all. Darn. Okay, huge clay fluid pipe. That is just... Well, it would be benefited by the extruder existing. So maybe we make the extruder. What level of extruder did I say we wanted? Medium voltage extruder. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. It is just a medium voltage piston, some copper nickel, a steel fluid pipe. Do we have a spare steel fluid pipe around? Yes, we do. Take out our integrated processors. We got 2 extra ready for that. Let's make another hull. We need extra copper nickel. It will not be an issue. The piston, that's more copper, and this one motor we conveniently have. We should probably make more. Plate, 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 rods, gear. Okay, piston solved. Rest of the extruder. It is just the MV. Well, no, it's just the copper nickel of 4X. We got any spare? We have 1 spare. That's not enough. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. I'm dodging the issue of actually powering this. So we get the chemical plant. We temporarily swap over the pyrolysis oven to making kerosene by a collection of distillations. We take that, put in the chemical plant, turn the RP1 to RP1 rocket fuel. We then have the rocket fuel. Then the rocket fuel, combined with us building these individual components, which we can mostly do, laser engraving some wafers to make some space-grade computery stuff, put it all together, build the rocket, fuel the rocket, get some survival equipment, and then go to the moon. That's the basic plan. Looking good there. Cooper nickel's done. Pick up this Cooper nickel. Go back over there. Pick up the brand new, never before seen extruder technology. Boom. I was expecting a little bit of like a request advancement announcement, like it would go like doo 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 and. This is a low voltage extruder. I was about to be very, very unhappy. Fortunately, I already had one. Okay, that's painful. It's a little painful. Oof, 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 oof. Fool that I am. I'll put that there, I guess. So I've wasted the last of my medium voltage circuits making a machine that I already had. Oops. Well, whatever. We still need to actually make the things. 24 clay, extruder shape huge. Molten steel and fluid slitter with a casting formed huge pipe shape. That is file and wire cutters. File check, wire cutters check. Blank casts are fluid solidified molten aluminum brass. Molten aluminum brass is aluminum brass. Aluminum brass is alloy smelted aluminum and copper. Let's do it. Do I have aluminum in dust form anywhere? Not really. What was the one that had more? 3 aluminum, 1 copper. So 3. I'm just going like full overboard. Alright, apologies for the interruption, but I'm gonna need some aluminum dust, please. Appreciated. Medium voltage. Of course. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Oh, good thing we kept this thing around. That'll smelt through. We'll get some... No, in that case, I don't even need this, because my entire point is I want to go straight to the platform. And I'll make several of these. Because getting more mold forms and extruder shapes is good. Makes the factory more robust, more capable. Means our machines can craft more crafts, and they're just generally helpful. I could just pour the first one, but I want to make sure that when I pour the new ones, it's actually going to pour molten aluminum brass and not some other weird exotic material like aluminum. Who ever heard of aluminum? There we go. We'll then shape all these into shapes and shape up. I think 8's good for now. Cool. So, what shapes do we want? Now, the original reason I wanted the extruder for space stuff is because we need it to make oxygen pipe. An oxygen pipe is extruder-shaped small pipe with reinforced glass. The huge pipe is what we wanted for making low-voltage tank with clay thing as well. That's the more recent thing. So at the very least, we want extruder-shaped huge pipe and extruder-shaped small pipe. What other extruder shapes are out there? We got small gear, turbine blade, drill head, shaft, gear, saw blade, block, sword blade, pickaxe head, shovel head, axe head, bow head, hammer head, file head. Huge, large, normal, small, tiny pipes. We have casings, wire, ingots, cell, ring, bolt, rod, plate, and then a blank. I think I want rod as well because I was hoping it would make long rods. What makes a long rod anyway? Oh, a long rod mold. I see. Alright. So maybe make a long rod mold as well. So we want... Back to the objectives. We want small pipe, which is small pipe shape, and we want huge pipe shape. Because this needs small pipe. Okay, so small pipe shape and huge pipe shape. Small, huge. Next up, we need sacrificial steel. We're running low on steel. Fortunately, making steel is very, very fast and simple at this point. So, effectively, our steel supply is our iron supply. I don't have to worry about it too much. We go into here. Put the steel in. 1, 2. There we are. Good, now we can basically do what we want. And what we want is to push clay. Where do I put clay? Here's some clay. Here's more clay, but I want the clay in clay ball form. How do I get the clay back in the clay ball form? Use a mixer and small pile of clay dust with some water to remake clay. Or an extractor on clay blocks. Oh. Or we can buy some. In fact, let's buy some. Also, they say clay for pennies, but that is clearly a nickel. I'm no fool. Did not expect it to make the alloy smelter sound. Nice. So each clay fluid pipe is down. Now we just need bronze, bronze, steel, iron, steel, and an electric pump. Could do with making some more LV motors as well. It's part of the process. I wonder if it might be faster to do long rods instead. Like, I take a long rod and just slice it in half. Power of big industry. Meanwhile, let's just make sure that the rest of the factory is going about its good business. We got more manganese, put it in the manganese hole. The problem is now lack of iron dust again. I think there was like a spare stack in here. There was. Great. More stainless steel in here can go all the way back. Here you are. How's this looking? 2 stacks. Very good. So if you're wondering, this is making a bunch of rods. And the goal of a bunch of rods is to just... Oh. The super tank is contesting the benzene supply. That's scary. It means we're finally no longer fuel positive. Now we got all this impure pyrolusite, which we bring to the centrifuge and clean it. At a reasonable pace. Wire, tin cable. Okay, so I get a lot of copper. I'm at a point where I kind of want to just do this stuff in massive bulk. Hey, how's it going? I'm building chemical plant. Wrong zone. Pretty much. There's a few outlying machines that we need to get situated in order to do that. In particular, we are going to need the chemical plant. Possibly a medium voltage laser, high voltage laser engraver. And then there's a bunch of like support machines for the rocket that we're going to have to build, but yeah, pretty much everything's just rockets away. With like a slight detour into nitrogen, because I think it helps. Oh, I can buy more clay. I've also prepared many explosives in case we need to adapt to solid fuel, quote unquote. Spacesuit's actually mostly done, incidentally. All we need is the oxygen tank, and we already have one. It's like a hyper-compressed canister, some compressed aluminum on the sides, we're good. Big outlying thing is just the rocket fuel and the avionics. Those are the big two. So while we go through the slow process of preparing all of the stainless steel in the universe in order to be reconstructed into a chemical plant, I'm doing my nitrogen side quest. Nitrogen is an important progression material, but not necessarily to go to space. Its main thing it's going to do for me specifically is nitric acid, which will allow us to build better explosives for more efficient use of the implosion compressor. And it will allow me to make phosphorus-doped boules for better electronics later. Ooh, a red garnet. This means we've moved on to the specitine. And we have. That means I can take all of the outlying pyrolusite here and move it over to the centrifuge. Restock this with some iron for more stainless steel. I have arrived. Up. Good, good, good. All this is... It'd honestly be faster to do this. Yeah, okay. Look at that. In terms of material output, conveyor modules are actually not very good. At least at low voltage. And especially for, like, trickle supply. Because what they do is they'll take an entire stack, but only after 20 seconds. If you're dealing with a trickle amount of output, faster than 20 seconds, but, like, only one item at a time, possibly 2 items at a time, it's actually going to be worse than using a hopper. That said, if we are moving to bulk processing, it would be better for us. Can't decry it completely. Not entirely decryable. I even got a clipboard with, like, stuff on it. So, check there. Apparently, order was to make 12 stacks of stainless steel. Look at me being organized. Ain't it great? Admittedly, I have this deep internal desire to start slacking off, just stand here and do nothing, but I'm resisting the urge. Poorly, but I am. Okay, so the tin wire just finished. It's now going to do a bunch of copper wire, which we will turn into the engines. The tin wire needs to be turned into tin cable. Start that process. I'm worried about fuel consumption as we continue. It is the threat trademark. Random bits of thorium, random bits of cadmium. So at least in theory, stainless steel supply should be set, especially when we get stuff over here. I'll take this and one more chrome, and I'll call it good, because we will have made 9 stacks out of this. Downside, it is, of course, imprecise amount of chrome remaining. We'll manage. There's no detriment to having the macerator continue to macerate stuff. That's like its job. It macerates things. That's what we pay it to do. Oh no, I'm slacking off. Focus exception, what are you doing? The rods that we have gotten here are done. 1/3 of these needs to be polarized. That's a polarizer. Here it is. Okay, those get polarized. We're getting copper wire. Let's start setting up the motors. Bink, bonk, blink. Wow, that is not even the correct configuration. 16. It looks like we're going to be making 16 motors out of what I just randomly decided to pick up. So 1 stack of copper wire will be sufficient. A 1/2 stack of the other thing will be good. Polarizer done. There's our 16 motors. Now let's take, say, a few of these. Turn them into pumps. Well, okay. We'll make 4. What's pump protocol again? Oh, right, this pain. Bronze fluid pipe. Do we got any spare from older excursions? Yes, we do. Thank goodness. There's some of the excess cabling back. Okay, check, check, check. Let's just do it like this. Check, check. No. Check, check, check. We need tin screws and tin rotors and rubber rings. Relatively simple. We already have the rubber rings, so that's check too. So tin screws and rotors. This is going to be so much excessive tin, but it's okay. We're in the bulk era now. We need at least 4 rotors, 4 screws. Four. For the general purpose future of making more logistics happen, because it might happen, I'm gonna just make a lot of rotors out of this. And then just, I guess, other one. And then just like a whole lot of screws. That's enough. Back to ingot. There, I think that is a fine spread. Go to the assembly machine, make this thing. Circuit setting is nil. Okay, motors, rings, rotor. More fluid pipe of the bronze variety. And now we're out. Bonk. Cool. Okay, back to our objective. We're going to need 8 bronze plates, 4 steel plate, 2 iron plate. Bronze. Now the bend machine can deal with this one. I think we're finally making some real industrial-sized process. I'm happy for it. Okay, iron, bronze, steel, pump. Where'd my clay pipe go? Here. Nice. Splendid. So, here's an immediate problem. I need more power. This one advanced gas turbine is holding the fort, but I need a second one. Or do I? My own accursed laziness. This will cause problems. I guess I could take it from here. Or one of these, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I'm in the horrendous position of ransacking my own factory. So... This is going to be the most scuffed thing ever. It's actually going to be dangerously scuffed. I could blow something up. Made the electrolyzer. Yeah, this is going to be the worst thing I've ever created. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand. I need an example. This is horrid. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. Do you have any idea the nonsense I am contemplating right now? It's so bad. I just started an entire, like, Factorio series with Acela, and this is gonna be even more spaghetti. Oh, ay, ay. No. Okay, so the fundamental problem is that this thing is gonna have... Oh. The fundamental problem with this machine is that it is going to have two item outputs. The lithium and the oxygen cell. Which, oh, goodness. This is so jank. I see it. I hate it. But I see it. It is real ugly. Here is what has to happen. Get sick of these catwalks. Okay, here's what needs to happen. This electrolyzer will need to output down here into a pipe that goes to here, but like here and here. We're gonna make an oxygen cell filtered barrel. And we're gonna use that to control the flow. We're going to use the general system of piping that allows it to just sort of know where it wants to go. Oh, this is horrid. This is horrid. In order to convert... Oh my... Okay. I see it, I hate it, but I can now see it. And I need another hopper. You empty? Yes, you are. Didn't want to take the top one because taking the top one would have put it into the machine. Okay. So, the same trick I learned to differentiate the barrel for logs and the barrel for saplings, I'm going to use here. Except this time, it's going to be a barrel for potassium, not lithium, my apologies, and a barrel for oxygen. What this is going to look like, and for maximum jank, I'm going to put it on top. What's going to look like is this. We lock the barrel. so that the filter is absolute. There it is. The filter. This will then hopper the cells into here. From here, it can then conveyor the empty cells back into the electrolyzer for use. All right, you with me so far? Do I have item pipes on me? No, I do not. Yeah, okay. So, here we go. Item comes out. No, 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 no. This is the wrong thing. Wrong pipe, I mean. It needs to be PVC. Do we have a supply of PVC around? I know I built this PVC maker, but I don't think I made a dedicated PVC solidifier yet. I should do that. At the very least, it's easy to accommodate. All right, here's the PVC we need. Okay, back to the plan. So we start out, out. Oh, I'm gonna have to destroy the entire catwalk. Oh well. Out, out, out. Up. Like this. So, the electrolyzer will take in saltpeter from a source and will pipe out either directly into here or up into this oxygen cell holder, which will then hopper in its oxygen over here, at which point it will become regular empty cells, which will then be pumped back into the electrolyzer for further use. Which means that if I just provide this with a bunch of cells and a demonstrate amount of saltpeter, and then finally, I need to remember this step, finally, at the end of it all, oh, no, Mike, I forgot this step. Okay, in addition to this, we need to get the oxygen out of here. So we have a pump on that side, and we have a pump on this side. The pump on this side is to drain the oxygen, which we shall do by simply putting it into its regular output processing pipe here. Good. Better be plastic all the way through, so... yeah. Okay. And then, out here, out that little line right there, this is our nitrogen. We can then take it and bring it to wherever we need the nitrogen at. So, to demonstrate that this is all working and sane and stuff, allow me to put in some saltpeter in 3, 2, 1. We need fuel. I forgot to apply fuel to the system. Fortunately, doing that is as easy as 1, 2... 1, 3. Nothing exploded. Good sign. Okay, then I'll get item auto output. Those get thrown out. Then we get the oxygen in here, which then gets pumped out. And then all the empty cells, at some point, the empty cells should just throw themselves over back into here. Theoretically, after 20 seconds. Looks like that happened. Now, what's stopping you from proceeding? What's stopping you from proceeding is that you're full of salt, and you're full on salt because this thing is full on chlorine. That's fine, in principle. Because we have a good backlog of saltpeter we can use. But now, at the very least, we can produce nitrogen. You know, a quest line that they wanted us to do all the way back in... I think it was low voltage. Yep, here it is. I'm gonna get 10 nitrogen cells. I can certainly do that. Okay, so at the very least, nitrogen machine worked. And I've stalled for a lot of time. Remaining things to solve are, of course, the need for better power generation on all the parts. Oh, we're almost done here. Ho, 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 ho. Splendid. We can start building the chemical reactor. Let's see, how many stacks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 10. Combined with the 2 we have, that does get us to our 12. So, good job here. Now we build the chemical plant. What exactly do we need for the chemical plant? Chemicala. Well, the heart of the operation is this thing, which we'll get to. Integral encasement. Blood steel. oh, it's just fire. So it's steel and fire makes blood steel, apparently. So that's entirely doable. Annealed complicator, Eglin steel. Eglin steel base, carbon, raw silicon, sulfur. So that's easy. Eglin steel is iron, Canthal, and Invar. It can be done. That's not even like the heart of our problems right now. The heart of our problems is we need to make this, which ostensibly requires... Okay, let's see if I can do this. Channel is casing. We want this at... Sorry, tier 4. Clean stainless steel machine casing. So we're going to need 86 of those. Now, each one of these is materially equivalent to 8 ingots. Which means we are going to need... basically 11 stacks and 48, based on the math that I just did. Now, granted, we have 12, so we have enough for this part. I'm starting to think maybe we need even more. That's a problem for future, though. Let's start making these. Now, because we need 86, we need 86 times 6 plate. Which is like 8 stacks in a little bit. And then the rest becomes rods. One. Well, I'm not going to have the room for it, of course, but maybe I will. Yep, that'll work. One, two, three, four. Five, six. And it is the opinion of myself that we are going to need more stainless steel before the job is over. Because I'm not accounting for every bit of stainless steel that we need for this. So we still have iron. Let's get the rest of the chrome, the rest of the... That's gallium. Rest of the manganese that we just acquired. Not bad. And let's get ourselves some nickel. Make ourselves a whole new batch of stainless steel. Might need more iron for it, but the macerator is now available, so we can just burn through, like, several stacks of stuff. Yep. In you go. Very good, very good. Let's start partitioning this out somewhere. So we're gonna need... What's a tough number to work with? 86. 64. 74. 84. 86. So 64 and 22. 6 of these must be for plate. And then 2 of them for rods. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 22, 22, 22. So this represents half of the stainless steel we need for this project. This will bankrupt us. Kind of funny that it's doing that, personally. But it will. Okay. That is 5 out of 6 of the collections of stainless steel required for the plates. What we need now is another 86. The one bit of good news is that we can make more stainless steel. We have the resources for it. It's really just a matter of processing time. To make 1 ingot requires 15 seconds. We've made pretty much all but 2 stacks of our stainless steel over the course of this stream. And this stream has been slightly less than 2 hours. So it would take about another 2 for the stainless steel required for the casings to be done. Materially, we have enough. Time? I'm not so sure. But we're in a bit of a waiting time again. We could go 3 and 1. Oh, this is the same material used for the distillation tower. Right. And we made extra for the distillation tower. Frostproof. No. It was in the liquid box. Yeah. We have 4 already. That changes the equation a little bit. We can reuse these. We have 4. Which means we no longer need 8 batches of 86. All we need are 8 batches of 82. And suddenly it's vaguely closer. So that's good. Granted, we want to make eventually more distillation towers because they're nice. What? Huh? Ooh. Okay. The benzene's in the negatives. These fall 2031, 25, 23, 39. Those are all fine. Okay. Okay, back to my original question. Why is this stalled? Especially when the rest of these aren't even running. Would be a fuel thing, would it? Like literal physical benzene getting to its destination? I want to do the nitrogen quest, which was to hold 10 cells. And I put enough saltpeter to fill this with 10 slots. Yes, I did. Well, that's one improvement. Got the nitrogen quest done. I should have unlocked stuff elsewhere, though I forget exactly where. And now I'll never know. Synthetic rubber, ammonia, probably. Yeah. Nitrogen and hydrogen. Ammonia. And ammonia was the first step towards nitric acid. Complicated, but doable. So nitric acid is available, and by manually injecting it into the EBF, we can also make doped wafers. And that's good. I've decided I'm going to temporarily ransack our thermal centrifuge so I can get the clean room back to full strength. Oh, this could be pain. Yep, because that happens. I gotta do that. I gotta do this whole deal, and okay, that all reconnects nicely. Well, yeah, that's got fuel. Power's going in. Excellent, excellent. How's this looking? Running good, running good. Oh. Forgot I did that. So, in the room, looking for... Are we out of plastic boards? Did I... Okay, we still got a few. These boards are the backbone of... Oh, we're about to run out of soldering alloy. That's something to fix. Let's see here, CPUs go in there. I believe we want fine red. We want some resistors. We want some transistors. We want some capacitors. This should be making integrated processor good. I need more CPU. And that is the diamond glass lens. Okay. Glass lens. Wafer. It's going to take up some room, but it's going to be fine. Nothing's crafting right now. And we've made some more MV circuits. Reason I made the MV circuits is for a combination of making more gas generators so that we can more permanently fuel things, as well as upgrading the high voltage to make the laser engraver eventually. Check on the stainless steel. I know the distractions we're using are fewer and further between, but it's important to keep up with it all. We can maybe start producing some of that mysterious blood steel and the other crazy steel. The Eggle steel. 64 and 2. We are close to having all of the plates we need, which I shall just sort of forge together as one massive craft. Using this bending machine. In fact, this. Nice. Out of manganese. To be expected. Specialty makes manganese up. Thermal centrifuge. Oops. Tantalite, however, is done through recursive manganese. We did not get a lot of tantalite, did we? Parachute, oxygen gear, oxygen mask is good. Silver and electrum wire for our high voltage component needs, so we already have a bit of a backlog. Oh, I think I turned off the auto output thing due to an earlier laser engraving craft. So we're gonna have to wait 4.5 minutes on that. Oh well. The only thing this needs to keep operating is some foil. And the intent was to drain that machine empty and then rebuild it inside the factory walls. Probably over here-ish. And I made copper foil earlier. There it is. So, bring it back. Too far. There you go. That should run through a little bit. Yep. It's already done. Put him in. Next problem seems to be maybe a shortage on resistors. That's not a real problem, though. We have like 2 stacks of SMD resistors elsewhere. They're just not in the clean room. In a bid to help my temporal other, I will move those over now. Box. No, this one probably. Yep. Splendid. 11 circuits is plenty to do various activities. I've been thinking back to the function of this machine again. Particularly the desire to leech off some of its power for other things. Because it's not using all of the power. The recipes for the distillation that it's doing are 2 amps medium voltage, and each one of the machines there is being run off of one single high voltage gas generator. Now, the reason it's a high voltage gas generator is in the event of maintenance needs. Energy efficiency of the whole thing goes down. We want to make sure there's some extra power so the thing doesn't stall to oblivion. Because it is the source of power to the entire factory. I'd like there to be a little bit of a safety buffer. That said, it would free up the generators to use elsewhere. And then there's this. This is a high voltage machine being upstepped by this transformer. We need an advanced laser engraver 2 anyway, which would probably replace the one we currently have. So in principle, we could just replace every machine in here with a high voltage version. Oh, you mean in nighttime? Yeah. That's fun and spooky and fun. And spooky. Congratulations. Have a good time. Mixer is complete because it's out of manganese. I need more. How are you doing? Another 39. This should be enough for all the plates. We can start making the plate. Ooh. Anytime this number is not 4 million, I am concerned. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More room. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All that I am holding right now is to become plate. And I will do it turbo style via the high voltage bending machine. You are done. You are ready. Circuit setting is 1. Output will be above. Go. Now this is speed. Splendid. Those will be ready soon enough. Now separately, we have 8 stainless steel frame box from earlier we have not used. Which means the equation for the amount of rods we need is a bit skewed. May end up being the last bit of stainless steel we mix together. So once the EBF is done, it's done. That's our supply. Good pace, vending machine. How's fuel looking? Relatively stable, it seems. Ashes are okay. Want to look out for the quick lime in the future. All right, I'm running out of clear direction because everything else is being worked on. How about we work on the other parts of the chemical plant? For instance, the machine casings. Let me check the recipe for RP1 rocket fuel real quick. Just to confirm my suspicions. Yeah. It's tier 4 stainless steel, which we've accounted for. It is slightly less than half an amp of high voltage, which means with even just one MV hatch, we should be enough. That's good to know. So we will make the hatches out of MV casings then, of which we are going to need 57. We have a new problem, and it's that I'm pretty sure we don't have enough aluminum. Yeah, we don't. Okay, how do we get more aluminum? Well, the classic method was to process sodalite, of which we have quite a bit. Processing methodology was to electrolyze it and then just ditch the chlorine, which we can do. Okay, that'll hold, some chlorine for now. Worst case scenario, we'll find a way to avoid it. Okay, full audit check everywhere we have for every last bit of aluminum that might exist. Not looking good. In the past, I remember there being yeah, there was like alumina, which we got from places. Oh, yeah. Wait, maybe that means it can be an output of the ruby juicer. No, you get aluminum hydroxide dust out of that. But that can turn into alumina as well. And then there was cryolite, which in my mind was just sort of like a wacky byproduct of all this. Oh, you get a lot. 8. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, 5 cryolite, 10 alumina. You get alumina. Oh, interesting. You can use carbon instead. It might be preferable. Let's gather up all the alumina we have. Turns out not a lot. I'm holding it all already. But we could... Oh, wait. The centrifuge might have more. Perfect. Now, the only complication with this plan is that the EBF is currently busy. But it's busy with a mission we need done anyway. Also, this is all aluminum hydroxide. You can convert it into cryolite. Or you just blast furnace it all into alumina equivalent. And it seems like there is not really any better way to go about it. So blast furnace circuit setting 1 will do the job. And the alumina. 10 of it and some carbon will get us a little bit of aluminum. Gotta check on this. This is a decent start for reclaiming our aluminum supply. 42. It's another stack. I think we're going to be requiring it a lot closer to 8 stacks in order to have enough. Hey, we're not kidding with the material requirements here, huh? I think this calls for another mining expedition. Our objective will be sodalite. Though, I suppose lazurite is also available. Electrolyze that, it's a pretty similar output, but no chlorine. It's all items. I'll take it. Forgot how to do this. Do you like shift mine it? Well, we got some chlorine in a box we have to clear out somehow. That doesn't matter so much. What matters is all this lazurite. And the fact that this box is really running out of space. Move all the crushed items to the crushed box. There's a way to hold on to it all. We could melt down some of our old aluminum foil, recast into ingots possibly. Seems a little excessive. The output of this. Random entire sodalite crystals. Interesting. We get lapis if we go down the thermal centrifuge path, which I don't want to. So we will simply macerate again and accept the extra sodalite. Sodalite doesn't really do much aside from being chemically blue. Good so far. That's probably half of what we need for the rods. This amount was made under the assumption that we didn't have any stainless steel frame boxes, but we do. We have 8 of them. And so, what went from 86 to 82 now goes from 82 to 74. So we only need a stack and a 10 and another stack and a 10 for rods. Might be even less if we just happen to have some spare stainless steel rods sitting around. We do, but seems irresponsible to just sort of use them like that. Put some of the dusts away. A lot of calcium, a lot of silicon, some carbon, a lot of silicon. Sodalite. This is a lot. Lazurite. I'm looking forward to the product of all of these. Oh. No. There we go. Item auto output. Item is going to here. That's the hydrogen sulfide cell. Okay. Didn't break anything. Don't need that so much. So I think there's a decent chance that this will supplant our aluminum needs quite well. Another 12 here. Some ashes. Alright, 30 more stainless steel. It's going to be 30 more batches of 15 seconds. For like, let's say 10 minutes. And I'll prep this for the big day. Oh, I forgot how much lapis and associated material expands. So we're getting like 12 lazurite per maceration. Which is just about 1-to-3 ratio on the aluminum. Which would suggest that this is actually going to be very, very lucrative. Especially if you can also centrifuge the lapis into something. still going strong. 4 stacks in reserve. Nearly a stack of aluminum ready to be smelted. Aluminum hydroxide as well. It's all coming together, kind of. A lot of TNT for compression. Nice. Let's start working on that laser engraver, yeah? We want a high voltage one. So, 3 HV circuits, 2 HV pistons, and HV emitter. Well, making the extra circuits isn't really a problem. Chrome rods are available. We can spare some chrome, gold. Eye of Ender. I know we can make one. I think we have made some. Probably put it in the drop chest, despite legally not being a drop, technically. I did make one. Right. I may have used it in making the antenna thing already crafted over here. Yep, like right here. Yep, that's where I put it. Okay. So we need more. Not that big a deal. They're not hard to make. It just requires an HV chemical reactor, which we have. Some ender pearls, which we have, and some blaze powder, which we are farming. Take out 3 of those, take out 3 of those, make a few extra. I'm gonna have to find the end portal eventually, beat the game in the regular legal sense. Mixer is full, bending machine is available. Guess I'll use that spot. Nothing complicated. Power draw is a bit extreme. But it's just high voltage, the number does go up. There you go. Eyes of Ender secured. Should clear out the mixer for explicitly not making any more stuff with it. Make some chrome rods. Ah, you gotta blast furnace it first. Fair enough. We got quite the queue, though. Gotta keep pace on this. We're at risk of running out of inventory space in the entire assembly. That's funny. Can't even import the crushed ore to the other side anymore. There's just no room. Fantastic problem to have. Oh yeah, there is one component that might be simple to prepare. The chemical plant. And that's the steel pipe casing. We do not need any advanced catalyst stuff right now, so steel pipe casing is fine. In fact, I'm pretty sure if we try and go any more complicated than this, we go to materials we have never even seen before. We need 18 steel pipe casing, which is a little complicated, but not too complicated. So 18, we're going to need 30. So 18 times 2. 18 times 6. Oh, wow. I think it's 18 times 18. That's funny. So very solid, like 5 stacks. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Well, 1 stack is not 5 stack. EBF is getting a workout, and yet the pollution's been relatively fine. I'm standing in the chunk the EBF is in, and the clouds are still clear. I think this is great praise to be given to our upgraded muffler. Slap all that in there. This thing is going to have a lot to work through. Ah, here we go. These are the rods. The first component of the chemical plant can now be constructed in its entirety. First, partition what we need. Exactly the stainless steel I am holding must be converted to rods. Go forth. Maybe I should bulk up my supply of poppers. I ran out. You're gonna have to stay there for your immediate future work. Okay, the top chest is now officially full. Will we make it? I think we will make it, but only barely. So, fun question. Where are we putting this? My thought is we place it... We have this grid that we've been making of all of the different machines. They kind of have their own, like corner of an 8x8 space, so like a quarter of a chunk. So I would like to continue that. The chemical plant's pretty large, so I want to go diagonally this way from the EBF. So with this system being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the corner of the chemical plant would go here, theoretically, and expand that way. Also like a 7x7 machine, very large. Well, with that established, how's solidification going? Well, we're done here, so fill that in. This will take a while, but once it's done, put them in the assembler, convert them all into their steel frames, slap on all of the plates we made earlier. These ones were right here. Make the clean, sturdy stainless steel, whatever they're called, and be good to go. Given that we've reached our stainless steel supply requirement, I'm going to intervene here. This might have to be circuit 1. What's the EBF recipe for turning this into steel? Oh, something's happening. Ah, that was the aluminide. Am I wrong? Is it from iron dust? Is that why this isn't working? Yes. Okay, set that to 11. Okay. Granted, we need more iron dust. And the macerator is occupied. Actually, the macerator might just be about to not be occupied. So we'll take this intermission to do some... no, never mind. I stand corrected. Also, my inventory is now destroyed. What are the valid recipes for you? Yeah, that was my mistake. It works on dust, not ingots. My bad. Here, aluminum hydroxide. I'll leave it to just sort itself out. I need to handle the aluminum situation right now. I gotta put the chrome back in. Okay, things are happening. I trust that things are happening. Let's just keep things happening. Start over here. This. That. Here's our objective lazarite. Tragically, the best centrifuge on the market is this one here. It'll work. I think I will intervene. Make more stacks of iron. Dust. By just doing a little bit of that. Then I'll take it over to the EBF, combine it with the other iron dust we currently have. I knew we would need a lot of material. I didn't expect we needed a lot of material. But I am entertained by this, though. And I'm honestly kind of proud and satisfied that the material demands are being met. We're gathering the materials. We can have them. We are capable of possessing them. Okay, that looks like the end of the iron intermission. We'll take these dusks, combine them with the dust already in the barrel, and make at minimum 5 stacks of steel, which we will use to make the central component of the chemical plant. There you are. There's like 5 stacks and then a little bit. I'll just go for full. Working on the aluminum ingots right now, I see. Frankly, a lot slower than I'd like. Do the compression trick to make this faster. Adding in some nitrogen to the mix wouldn't accelerate it all that much. At the bare minimum, the compression trick would get us into a lower tier here. So we would get better parallelization and we would be able to melt this faster. Oh, there we go. Very good, very good. Steel's about to be solved. In all this time, I think the rods should be close to done. I'm actually surprised they're not. Wow. Well, I still don't think there's anything really stopping us from starting the construction process. Let's see here. Sanity check going from clean stainless steel machine casing, stainless steel frame box, circuit setting 4, put 4 in. That'll be fast. Well, more lazurite is being produced. Let's move it over here. We're expecting lazurite and a minor output of sodalite. Lazurite's the priority, though. I'll leave them there, actually. Cobalt in there is always good. Check the steel. Plenty more steel to go, but plenty of steel created. At which point we'll fluid extract a good chunk of it, turn it into pipe, proceed. I think the speed of this and the speed of the macerator are pretty similar right now. 5.8 seconds versus what? 5 seconds. Let's start partitioning some steel. Three stacks already. More on the way. Wait, how's the chrome? Did the chrome go through? Not yet. Okay. Sanity check on this. 18 steel pipe casing. So we need 18 of these and 18 of these each. Let's start here. Okay, so to begin, 18 plates for the 4 corners. Then each frame is 2 ingots worth of rods. The 36 in the middle there. And then each pipe is 3. So 54 and then 3 more 54s. This is the shape of the steel we need. I'm going to start by taking the plates and just making them because that's easy. Simply go over here, put the circuit setting to 1, dump these in here, and it's all done. All right, back to here. Ready. Oh, we could circumvent the whole rod situation by using the extruder. It means I'm going to need to sacrifice 4 steel for making the extruder shape associated. It would be normal pipe. Oh, no, because it would be done in the fluid solidifier here. Unless we coincidentally have another one. No, but I can just as easily do this in the smeltery. It'll cost some lava. How are you holding up? Oh, overtime. Centrifuge here might even be off. It is, but probably wasn't off for long. Okay, good amount of lazurite. Impressive amount of sodalite, all things considered. We can then start electrolyzing, get the aluminum out, bulk up our aluminum supplies for all the aluminum needs. Rest of the steel's going good. Heck, I could probably make one for rods as well. Okay. It's a normal pipe. We stock our ratios because I picked up some steel. So I can do 3 of 4. Okay. Extrude, please. Nice. Good rate. Speed rate, I mean. It's the regular rate as always. And this actually turns the process of making pipe in general into a one-step process. There's no longer a liquefaction step. At least for certain tasks, this is a great improvement. And that's enough steel for the last of the pipes. Which means we've officially got enough steel to do the process. I think I'm starting to become a fan of this extruder. It's doing good things for me. Looking like the correct shape of it all. Guess we may as well craft it by hand. Yes. Middle, up and right. Interesting. Ah. Of course. nowhere near done. So there's more to do. Do I have an extra one of those drawers? Covers? I think I remember maybe having another one. Ah, no, I'm using it for the lenses, yeah. I guess I'll just drag that around with me for a bit. Okay, you all become rotted. Okay, that is not the grandiose hyperspeed I was hoping for. Strictly faster than the fluid solidifier, but not by much. Oh, but I have failed to account for a particular nuance of this. It makes two at once. Never mind, this is much faster. I take back my criticism. It was factually incorrect. What if it's not too late for this? Okay, I swapped over a bunch to ingots, and I'm going to put them in the extruder to make rods as well, and see if that's an improvement in the timing. At the very least, I'm parallelizing, so it'll go faster overall. Yeesh. Macerator check time. I've let it go on for a bit too long. Yep. That. Let's move some more back here to make room. Good. Good day in the factory. Alright, time to see how fast this is. Ever so slightly faster than regular steel. I think this will round out nicely. Meanwhile, the steel's done. Final craft prepared. 18 steel pipe casings. So as it turns out, that's the first component of this that we finished. Oh, I think I distributed that nicely. This will both be done at around the same time. Extruder might finish second. That's okay. Something had to, and this is already a fine balance. A fine, fine balance. Very good. Okay, put all those in there. Those will craft real fast. Then I need to make room in my inventory. Oh, it looks like the steel's done. I suppose we set this back to circuit setting 1 now. There's the chrome. Waiting on that. They'll go through the alumina rapidly. Yep, that's pretty rapid. I guess I'll set it back to doing aluminum now. Sort of the theme. But also, we can take the chrome, make those chrome rods, and prepare the laser emitter engraver thingy. Via this. Meanwhile, the assembler is done. All of the steel frame boxes we require have been created. Combine it here. We have our 56, 52, yes. Now we want to make the clean stainless steel machine case. This is an assembler. No particular circuit setting, so I'm just going to shovel some dang plates in. And boop. Give me all I can hold. Easier than I expected. There they are. Combined with the 4 in here, and this is all clean stainless steel machine casings we are expected to need. If it doesn't work out that way, we can always make a few extra. But like the bulk of it is done now. So let's make the back of the frame here. As a reminder, it's a very much interior, like, base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But like, this is technically the trunk border. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna go from here to the next 015. We are. We are too far away. I think this is the spot. It's our corner. Just to confirm, because I'm kind of losing my mind with these counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Didn't pay attention to what it logically meant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 machine 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 machine. So it's here. Okay, here's our corner. One way or another, we've got it. Okay. It is a 7 by 7 by 7 square cube. And I intend for this to be the back wall and for it to face that way, just arbitrarily. No, I'll have it face that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm making room for the hatches and stuff. Bottom is machine cases for later, so now we can go up. This is known as a placeholder here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the part where it gets real easy. I don't have the wand with me. That's fine. We'll build it old school. Perfect. I will put torches up here just because it's dark and I'd like to see what I've done. Very nice. Okay. Next up would require the machine casings, so we could put the central module in the center. Input hatch, output hatch. Strictly speaking, I think we did indeed make too many because this diagram does not include the energy hatch. That's okay, though. This is going to end up being the biggest multi-block I've made. Perhaps that's not a surprise. Once again, we are neglecting our lazarite transportation duties. Shameful. Ooh, but that is a good haul. Start electrolyzing some soon. Looking forward to that. How's fuel looking? Definitely has gone down, but a lot slower than I feared. We'll be okay. More of these. Let's make the central apparatus. I want to. This is a silly way of doing it, but it'll work. Go. To... Now we need the coils, and I will not be using nichrome. I will instead simply be using Canthol. We can always upgrade later. I've moved the chest over here. Here we are. Looking pretty real. I'm happy about that. This feels like such an extreme, over-engineered, overkill thing just to get some refined fuel. But you know, it's what we're doing. Keep on top of this time. So all that's left is the machine casings, and obviously all the hatches and stuff. But all of that comes from the aluminum processing, which we are not currently doing. We're doing it a little. That'll process. Go up here, there's chrome rods. We want to use the compression trick. I think ultimately it doesn't matter because our bottleneck is the acquisition of aluminum to smelt, not the smelting. Real tragic, that. There we are. Nice solid supply. Meanwhile, let's make that emitter as part of this task. Ultimately, we're going to need 5 high voltage circuits in order to do this. It's going to require 10 of our 11 integrated processors. Well, that stinks. We just made those. The soldering alloy. I remembered. We're running low. Let's prepare that first. Now, what was the... Oh, you can mix together, huh? Okay, 1 antimony, 9 tin per. Where's our anti? 7 here, and a stack here. I'll go for a 1090 split. Maybe I already thought of this. And there's excess I haven't used yet. Results appear negative. Okay, 10. We could alloy smelt it into ingots. What's the anti? I partitioned it, but I never took it. That's a problem. Keep doing that. Soldering alloy will take 25 seconds. Unacceptable. I choose to macerate this. Got a good old pile of tin dust. I think that should be the ratio. Okay, that'll be done. That'll proceed. Move over the lazurite while we wait. Good stuff. Put the extra tin away. I don't have use for it yet. I should maybe forward over some of the aluminum. This is double the total amount of dust we've had today. One stack's already through. I think by my estimate we needed like conservative maximum of 8 stacks. Started with 2, so we need 6. That's going to be about 2 stacks in the EVF total. We're getting there. Not going to do it today, though. That'll be another off-stream processing. Hopefully you understand. And actually, I think you'd probably prefer it. Well, tin's done. To the mixer. Soldering alloy dust in a mixer is... Circuit setting 1, 9 to 1. Simple as that. Now all this is going to have to be liquefied to become soldering alloy proper. Do that in there. Before we proceed with that, though, I would like to consolidate my materials a bit. Got a lot of stray PVC around. Oh, that's one short. Also, I'm taking damage. I'm aware of this. So all the PVCs have been accounted for. That's good. That's good. That gives me the 2 fluid cells to hold the soldering alloy when we get to it. Which will be soon. For all that mixed thing is fast. I prepared the extra just in case it didn't fit all in one large cell. And it looks like it's not going to. Not too much more, though. There you go. Now we can continue. How'd this go? Looking nice. At this point that we ran out of various materials used in the crafting of this. How about at this point we swap over to making some of the HVs? By my recollection, we need 5. It was not resistors, it was the coil, capacitor, and the RAM. I have failed to remember once again. Had that in there. Red alloy, check. RAM, check. Coils and capacitors, check. Oh, no, these are transistors. There it is. That should make the 5. Macerator check. The extra silicon will be nice in the hypothetical future. Sodium, it's always good to top up. The calcium, though, I have less of an idea of what I'm doing with it. Okay, 8, 20, 32, 27, 24, 43. We're still at good numbers there. Pretty soon we'll finally have reallocated all of the crushed lapis, and I won't have to keep running back to refill it. At that point, we can just wait for the whole thing to fill up, though it would be a waste of time. There's the 5. Okay, let's make this laser engraver. So 3 there. We need 2 pistons and an emitter. The emitter is everything we've done so far and some gold cable. I suspect we have some spare. I think I made some cable in bulk. Perhaps simply as gold wire. No. Back to logistics. What do we see? 2 gold cables. And we need more as well. The emitter takes 2. Each piston will take 2. And the final assembly will take 2. 2 motors for pistons. I have ender. Start with the pistons. After all, we need to make sure that we have enough stainless steel. Because I kind of used it all. Mostly. Okay. Plate, plate, plate. Rods here. Plate, plate, plate. Rods here. We gotta make more stainless steel. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Six for the hull. 7, 8. We are really cutting it close now. The old LV bender for this. So plate, 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 plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. then we can do the rods like that. And then the gears here. Auto output once more. Suddenly, the efficiencies of the factory are feeling pretty good. I'm gonna need 2 more gold. I forgot this step. Let's go back and get it. Now for the emitter. Ender. You. Wrong tier. I am forgetting something else. What is it? Ah, of course, the cable. Emitter check. Pistons check. Let's build this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. Very good. Okay. You'll use this a lot to make high-tier circuits, and for other recipes, you'll soon find that everything you use the PLE on needs a clean room. So make sure you start on that. Well, no worries about that. I already have one. But the reason I made this advanced precision laser engraver was specifically... Well, we'll certainly need this eventually. But the reason I did it was very specifically for making basic wafers. Basic wafers do not require a clean room, so I'm not gonna set that up just yet. I am instead going to temporarily add this to our collection of currently unpowered high voltage machines. Very good. Keeping busy at the factory. I'm a little relieved we had enough everything to make that. And I guess I could make the basic wafers now. Reinforced glass lens is something I've made before. If I need to make another, I'll do it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I made one already in an attempt to engrave the thing before I realized it needed high voltage. So it should still be in here. It is. Up, down. Don't forget we need the wafers themselves. I need 12. I got 12. Mixer is not being used right now, so let's swap that. Laser. Forced wafer. Power draw is fine. The macerator is running very low power, so that'll be easy. Great, that's another fundamental material type we're going to need for constructing rocket stuff. Glad that's settled. Just short. Just a little more, and there will be no more crushed lazurite ore in this challenge. I'm out of large sandwiches. That explains some of the hunger problems I've been having. Oh. I know we had spares. There you go. I need to top up on sandwiches in between streams. That is something I can do, though. Maybe I should get like a factory horse, just so I can zoom around easily. How's engraving going? Engraving is done! Very, very good. Okay, so we could go to advanceder wafers, but that doesn't matter. Gives us this technical access to the frequency module, which requires sensors, which requires ender pearls, which requires plates and chrome rods and more HV circuits. Nothing we haven't done before. Computer monitors, the same thing with red, green, blue, glowing. So this is normal, this is normal, this is just a small battery hole. The basic compression, the only nuance is that we need to do this. Got a frequency module where we can hear things in space. And we'll make a buggy seat, which seems a little simple and easy for being this far down the process. Why is the buggy seat required after making the frequency module? Seems a little unnecessary. In fact, the buggy seat doesn't seem to require the wafers at all. I think this might be a case of poor quest organization, if I may complain to the board. Like, I think this could be the dead-end process. I mean, maybe the buggy itself requires the frequency module, and this makes sense. But I feel like you could have taken maybe these, slid them over a little bit, put this up here, like, or this one up here, then fit the buggy seat over here, and have the line go... Actually, you just as easily start all the way up here. Feels like the buggy seat's only here as a piece of context. So what I really want to know is why didn't you just... I guess this whole system is designed to show you the components. So why didn't you just make the buggy seat one of these? I guess you did, technically. I don't know, I have complaints. I feel like cut this line, make the frequency module go straight here. The buggy seat is unlocked the moment you get heavy-duty plates. I don't know. I guess it's not that easy. I forget what I'm doing. I think I forgot what I'm doing because I just finished doing something. Let's just do another pass on B. Oh. That's a milestone. How's this look? That's another stack of aluminum ready to go. Centrif. Huge. We're even getting competitive amounts of soda light. That's fun. Speaking of competition, how's the EBF going in this race? Pretty good. There's only so much I can do without any stainless steel at all. I feel like I'm wrapping up anyway, and the stainless steel processing would be part of the off-screen marathon. Actually, I think I'm going to say that's good. We just hit like the... pretty much the 4-hour mark is happening. So that's fine. I know it may feel like no progress has been made because we haven't like unlocked some major mechanical advantage. We've got a laser engraver, that's pretty cool. But like, come on. You see this massive 7x7x7 structure and you think that no progress has been made. It's not finished, but like, it's well on its way. It's real. It exists. I made it. And I think next time, with all the resource processing that'll happen in between, we'll finish. Then we'll make some rocket fuel. And then we'll make a rocket. Starting to think, maybe I can actually make this happen. If my math is correct in terms of number of episodes of this season, I think this is 47. And so if next episode we do finish the chemical plant and maybe even make some rocket fuel, and then 49 we finish up the rest of the prep stuff, I think we can get the rocket to the moon by episode 50. That'd be cool. I think I'd like to make that a date. Not to say I'll specifically know the day, but I think we've got deadlines now. I've got certain things I gotta do in a stream to make this work. Let's get ready for the final stretch for what I wanted at least this season's goal to be. I'm looking forward to it now. I'm Exception. This has been TV. Have a good day and good night.